The 19th century pair of torchères in the Samuel couple's home were donated by Miss Carolyn Skelly. Similar sets were prevalent during the time period as they were favored for their practical use as a lighting fixture, but also for their grand artistic addition to the home. Oftentimes, Victorian pieces were specifically chosen to fulfill poetic flow in the decor of the house. This was common practice at the time and yielded beautifully lavished interior design for modern amazement and historical study. The poetic flow of a room could be compared to the modern theory of feng shui. The organized placement of furnishings would provide a comfortable atmosphere for guests and showcase a well-planned interior decor. There were many Greek and Roman influences in the Victorian poetic home. Vintage heirlooms such as this were used to decorate the home. Such elements as the ornate ormolu pieces, vintage furniture, etc. helped create the poetic flow of the home during the Victorian era. Along with torchères, many figurines were created during the Victorian era with ormolu metalworking techniques. Many of these figurines, candlesticks, clocks, and other things can be found for sale via the internet today. Represented are a pair of bronze ormolu French torchères, posted for auction starting at $87,000. These would have been common furnishings within the Victorian wealthy household. Bronze ormolu is a product of a type of metalworking using bronze and gold-plated finish pounded together. Towards the end of the 18th century, the French desired to expand the market of this metalworking trade. Therefore, bronze ormolu became popular as a material in creating beautiful ornate furnishings such as timepieces, candelabras, bookends, etc. The early Greeks and Romans learned a lot regarding heather fragrances and the use of aromatic herbs from the ancient Egyptians. They adopted this knowledge and used it to perfume themselves as well as their houses. Romans valued its medicinal properties regarding burns, infections, and other ailments. It seems that it was not only Roman art that was carried down to the Victorians. Often heather will be pressed into candles so that the fragrance of the plants may be released when the candles are burned. The candles would have been placed in torchères or candelabras similar to the torchères from the Samuel couple's house. The idea was sparked by Queen Victoria's fascination with the heather plant and her own uses of the plant in every part of the castle. Cathy's uses for the heather plant are shown in Emily Bronte's application of heather in Wuthering Heights. Cathy seems to enjoy collecting heather plants on the moors. Heather held common meanings during the Victorian era, such as protection, good luck, solitude, beauty, and admiration. These meanings could be symbolism in Wuthering Heights as Cathy experiences solitude, beauty, and admiration throughout her lifespan. Cathy, close to death, speaks of the moors before she dies. She says, "I wish I were out of doors. I wish I were a girl again, half savage and hardy. I'm sure I would be myself were I once among the heather on those hills. Open the window again wide." Just as Cathy's soul left her body, the candles on the French torchère set went out. This was not the end for the French torchères, however. They underwent renovation later. The heather candles released a pleasant aroma and symbolized cleanliness and purity. Along with the attention Queen Victoria gave to heather, the symbolism of heather candles were favorable among the Victorian poetic homes. Eventually, this renovation replaced those heather candles, and the metal candle holders were also replaced with wiring for electrical lights. The renovation of candlelight to electrical lights catches the eyes of visitors as they enter the foyer of the Samuel couple's house.